Night 5 of Youngbloods Collective Speak Week. This week-long virtual event is our adaptation of the 3-night live performance that was canceled in March due to COVID-19. Visit the links below to view our entire event schedule, read performer biographies, and donate to our cause. If you haven't caught up with the first 4 performances, you can find links on our Facebook event page.
Whether you're breaking free from the motherhood cliche, or from your asshole mother, or even from the expectation of being a mother in the first place, the reality is that there's no one way of claiming your power as a woman, or as a human. We live in a tough world sometimes. Even if motherhood isn't part of your story, so many of those qualities are still expected of women. Nurturing, innocent, responsible, joyful, selfless. And more than anything else, silent on your own behalf, even when you're suffering. In fact, especially when you're suffering. Up next is a piece about finding power in asking for help, something we probably don't do enough of on a topic that we probably don't talk enough about. Here is Torres with her piece, The Land of the Living.
It used to be a swamp. Every day I'd slowly sink into its muddy waters, tangled vines wrapping around my ankles, but there were no lifeguards there. It used to be a swamp, its alligators chomping at the strongest parts of me, but no one heard my screams or saw my bloody wounds as I clawed my way out. It used to be a swamp. I'd trudge through the mossy land, leeches draining the life of me, the humid air smothering. It used to be a swamp, but now it's called depression. My brain imbalanced and murky with the weight of generational trauma. 2 years ago, I was irritable and withdrawn. I'd stopped laughing as much as I used to, and contemplated suicide like I had when I was younger. The swamp was altering my reality, voices from within its depths telling me I was unlovable, and that she'd be better off without me. But something stirred within me, an ancestral rage chanting, "We won't go down like this. We won't go down like this. You won't go down like this." A spring of water bubbling from beneath, I reached for her hand and said, "I can't do this anymore. Not like this. Not for one more day. I am meant for more than this." Nervously, I described my symptoms to my doctor. Diminished pleasure, increased fatigue, feelings of worthlessness, anger and guilt about the hours I spent thinking of the innumerable ways to take my own life. Finally, after a lifetime of self-blame, I was diagnosed with chronic depression. And with that label, the swamp began transforming. The sun began peeking through a canopy of trees. A life raft named Celexa floated through its marshy waters. I'm the first in my family to seek professional help, to help unveil our collective trauma and stop hiding in the shadows of our past. Nothing has been more terrifying than changing the trajectory of my own life. Nothing more empowering than taking responsibility for getting myself out of the marshland. It used to be a swamp, but now there's a diagnosis and a therapist to guide me through the muck and sweltering heat. With muddy boots and tattered clothes, caked in sweat and gasping for breath, I can finally see within my reach where once there was a swamp, now a meadow lays. A breeze flutters through the aspen trees, the sun warms my skin, and smiling faces welcome me, saying, "We've been there too. Join us in the land of the living. You're finally safe here."
Join us tomorrow at 7 p.m. for our 6th night of Speak Week with Tara Johnson and her original song, Take. Tonight, we give special thanks to our sponsor, Off the Beaten Path Bookstore and Cafe, our annual venue for the rehearsal of this show. Visit their website in the links below to learn about curbside pickup and delivery options. Thank you to all of our supporters. To learn more about our organization, please visit youngbloodscollective.org.